Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, Coach Tiffany Parr. We are taking center stage once again on the Own It platform. We are so happy today to just be able to honor one of our authors out there. I am going to go ahead and bring this magnificent woman on in. She is coming all the way to us from the UK. Come on in the room. Hello, Miss Mumba. How are you?
I am fine, absolutely fine. Thank you
Oh,
for inviting me.
oh, of course. It is so nice to have you on the show and to be able to talk about your book. But first off, I just want you to introduce yourself to the audience. Tell them a little bit about who you are and just what has inspired you to just kind of write.
Okay, well, hello everybody. My name, as you know, is Mumba Kafula. I live in the UK. I live in an area called Manchester, which is, I believe they're saying, is becoming on par to London, which is the capital of UK. So we'll see. Lots of things are developing and growing this area. And I've lived here most of my life. So this is me. I was born here. My parents are from the Caribbean, Jamaica, and which I love, a lovely place when I can get there to visit. And I work and do my thing here across the UK. So what else do you want to know?
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get right on into the book, Master Your Inner Confidence. What inspired you to write the book? What was that inspiration?
The inspiration comes a lot, I would say, from I'm married. I have children, two great young boys, young men, and a family, and they inspire me with a lot. They encourage me a lot, and I think that sort of helped. But in terms of the book, that came from a particular person. It was a day I was just having coffee with a friend, and she said to me, have you ever thought about writing a book? And I was like, no, never. It's never occurred to me. Never been anything I've been interested in doing. Just sounded like a mammoth task. It sounded like a lot going on. And it wasn't where my head was at. And I asked her why. She asked me and she said, and this is what stuck with me. She said, if I don't write a book, because basically I do training programs, and she's been on my programs, and she was saying, how about sharing that with other people? She said, if I don't write a book from what I do for other people to get to hear it, I'd be giving women, particularly because I work a lot with women, an disservice. Mm-hmm. It would be an injustice. That stuck with me. It stuck, and I felt it. So 5 years on, didn't happen immediately. 5 years on, I had my first book, which was How to Be a Confident Woman in 7 Easy Steps. And then after this, people, particularly men, were saying, I've read some of this. Why are you not doing it for men? So what I did is I redesigned, redelivered, enhanced and improved. And I came up with this for everybody. Master Your Inner Confidence, from thoughts to action.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, it is so interesting how you said, that you needed to tell that story, because I hear all the time, since I've gotten into just writing and telling my own story, people always say, your story's not your story. It's someone else's story. They need to hear that story. They need to hear that because that's going to be what really connects them to you and, what you're doing. And it really just like it resonated with you, it really resonated with me. And our stories are not our stories. They are for somebody else, because someone else really does need that inspiration from us. So I'm so glad that you have shared your story. And I'm looking forward to getting the book and reading it as well. Both of them, actually. So, tell me, with the process, how was the process of sitting down and just writing that? Because sometimes that could be, just kind of I guess we'll say roller coaster all in itself, right? When we're having to write out and just be, vulnerable and write, these things about ourselves.
Yeah. I think for me, thinking about the process, it was on and off.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just happen overnight. I wrote my book within a 2-year span.
Okay.
And that was because it wasn't a focused energy on a daily basis. It was as and when I could fit it in. So I remember there's times when I'd take my youngest son to a class. He'd be in the class, I'd be sat in the car, and I'd be writing some inspirations out. It was as and when, being a working mom, sometimes it can be difficult. And I think for me, I found energy at times when I found a little space, a little window to get my thoughts together and put something down. I didn't know there wasn't a process for me. I created my own. And I found that there was times when I'd be writing and I'd be like, I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm writing it down. It wasn't like an actual guided thought that I'd created. It was almost like it was information being downloaded to me, and I was writing. I read it back and I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, that sounds okay.
And like, so nothing but God, and nothing but God. Really, when we get those downloads, those are messages from the beyond, and we definitely have to tap into that. So I just love that, and I love the fact that you have brought up that. Yeah, you know what? It took you 2 years and you were able to still be that working mom and get it done.
Yes.
There's so many people out there that get caught up in life and they have magnificent stories to tell. And they don't because they feel like, oh, I don't have time. And, but you, even that little bit of time, whether it be just, sitting there waiting for your son, you wrote. And you got it done. So I absolutely love that. Oh my goodness.
What that reminds me of is that we actually have so much within us that we don't know how to bring it out. And it took that seed of my friend saying to me the book. Otherwise, I may never even have done it or ever thought about it. And because of that, I acknowledge her in my book, because without her, I wouldn't have probably moved on to do what I'm doing. So I think it's important that sometimes we can have a little seed, or we hear things and it resonates with us, or, we get really choked up about something. And sometimes it's just taking that imperfect action, because I didn't do it in any perfect way. It was ad hoc, and I then worked out how to pull it together.
Right. I think we have to stop being that perfectionist, right? Because that's what's going to hinder us from doing the things that we need to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to get done. That's it. Mm-hmm. So what is it that you train on with confidence? So can you explain your training?
Yeah, my training courses are very much around, which is what I've pulled together in my book, is very much about helping people to realize their gift, because we all have talents, gifts, abilities, experiences that we could give to others. Really, I think it's very much about what we have is not to keep, it's to share. And so I work with women who may want to go into business, or may want to improve their career or change careers. It's all linked to elements of being confident, to stepping out and moving forward. So it could just be general areas in their life. They may have felt like stuck or demotivated, or they may have had bad experiences that have traumatized them from doing something new and different. So my courses are very much about helping people to recognize their indomitable strength. That was a word I came across and I loved it, because it was like things like lion-hearted and strong-minded, and the whole word represents all what I know in women. So it's really about helping people to recognize what they're good at, what their skills are, help them to draw it out, to talk more about it. Because I think some of the challenges is people have it within, but they sometimes don't bring it out. And I think the more we talk, the more we engage, the more we write about it, the more we start to feel it, to own it. And that's what we need to do. Own it, and then we can move on from there.
Yes. I love it. So we are going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with Mumba. we are back. Phoenix Fitness Fanatics on the Own It platform. That commercial is so much fun. I tell you, it makes me want to dance every time. So we are back with Mumba. Is it Kafula?
Kafula, yes,
Thank you.
the Zambian name. So Mumba and Kafula is a completely Zambian name, which I've
Oh, it's
embraced and taken.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you. So we've got author of Master Your Inner Confidence. So what do the women that go through your program, what do they say about the experience that they have with going through your program?
Most of the women say they have transformational changes, and that's what helps stir and spur me on, because I wouldn't keep doing it if I wasn't getting the acknowledgement from women that it was doing something well. And I've transitioned as well in my ability to strengthen the courses, to improve them, to hone them in about what women need. But it's very much about people, for example, who have an idea, don't quite know how to execute it or where they're going, and then they can come out of the course being really clear, really focused, know where they're going, getting on with it, and then a few weeks or months down the line that you can see this materialization that is so different to where they were when they began. And a lot of it is that connection as well with other women, and seeing that other women are striving, it kind of spurs each other on. So I've got some messages on my YouTube and lots of testimonies on my website, which I've started to collect over time, because it's really what edifies me to know what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the right reasons, and it's supporting people in the right direction. Yeah. So yeah, I get some good feedback. I'm really, even today, I got an email from someone who shared with me how I'm helped make them feel. Yeah. And it was just so humbling to read it. It was almost poetic. I was reading it, I was like, is she talking about me?
Oh, wow.
And I think it's times like that that make you feel, you know, even for it to be done today, on the day that I'm talking with you, it just was like a reinforcement that actually, yeah, we all have something really wonderful to give. And when we embrace it, people acknowledge it, people see it, and, you know, people have your back out there and want to share that and tell you. So it was really a nice thing to wake up to this morning. So I'm happy about it.
Oh, that touches my heart. Oh my goodness. Just, I mean, you're really a true testament to someone that's walking in their purpose and, you know, and doing well in it, because you're impacting those lives. So I love to hear that. And I just really wish you continued, you know, growth and just everything up with your business. And whew, like, we got to get you out here as well, because like like, we've got some events out here we need to get move out to. So.
Yeah.
So why have you developed an online course? And when is that going to be available to everyone? I know everything's kind of shifting and changing. So why did you decide to go to the online?
It was part of my own growth and my own development. And IT is not my best, as you know, even just checking to come on here, making sure I know what I'm doing. I know IT is not my thing, but I also know it's something that I want to build my confidence in. So I feel when I can step out of my comfort zone and do what I need to do, I'm walking the walk and, you know, talking it and walking it to help other people. So that's one reason. Also, I think we're moving more into a more digital realm now. You know, there's so much online, and that's another reason. But also, it provides an opportunity for me to share from my book, you know, more out there on an online platform. So, and it's also another medium for other people to get access to me.
Yeah.
And it's trying something new and different. So I'm really excited about it.
It's great to step out of that comfort zone. That's when the magic happens, that's for sure. So, but I am so with you when it comes to IT. I am not the IT person at all. So, well, but I think they say practice, right? Yeah. Practice is going to be what it may not make us perfect, but it is definitely going to help us to be a little more proficient in, the way that the world is headed, right? With all of the techie things and all the social
True.
media
It's
and
true. And that word, what you said, practice, I think that's like even confidence. We're not all confident in everything, but over time, with practice, with patience, with perseverance, I talk about that in my book, The 7 Ps, we get there, because, and prayer, that's another one.
yeah,
So I have 7 Ps principle. I've created my own theory, my confidence theory. I've got activities in there, and it's all to edify and to support your journey. So it's like, a muscle.
yeah,
It takes action, it takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. You've
right,
got to have focused energy. You've got to work on it. You've got to have a right mindset around it. And all of those
right,
things are what we need to build our confidence in anything. We have that ability to be able to do it. It's just going
yeah,
for it. So
yeah.
practice is important.
Practice is so important. And what you said, patience, having the patience, because sometimes it's not going to happen in the time that we want it to happen in, right? It never does happen as quickly as we want it to. We want it now, 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 and sometimes it's just not supposed to happen now. It's supposed to happen in its own time. So, having that patience, and I tell you, that's something I have to work on as well because I want things right away.
It's
But then
true.
when I step back and look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. That's why, I had to wait on that.
It's true. And I think timing is always usually perfect if we recognize what we're learning from it or what we've gained from it, or we look back and think, actually, yeah, I know why that was the way it was. Because things do fit into place like a jigsaw. But we have to be willing to be patient to accept when it's not going our way, that there may be another option, another channel later down the line. We just can't always see it.
Yeah. I think we just get caught up on our emotions, and then we kind of just put the blinders on, and it just takes that moment this is why we have to stay just present and in the moment, right? And just
Yeah,
conscious and aware is so we can just take a breath and
exactly.
then see it. Once you take that breath, it's like, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
understand. I get it. I get it.
It's so true. It's so true because we have so much caught up in our minds, so many things we want to do, things we haven't done, things we're not happy about, things we're
Right.
unsure about, things people have said to us that have affected us, also. Apparently, I think I read it somewhere, we have like about 10,000 thoughts just in a day or more. Sorry,
I think it
10,000.
was more than that. Yeah. I think
What is it? It's a big
it's
high number.
I cannot remember the actual how many it is, but it was like 65,000. It was something really large. It was an extremely
In
large
one
number of
morning.
thoughts.
It is a lot. And in one morning, we can have about 10,000 just in one morning.
Right.
So
And it's usually thoughts from the past. It's thoughts that are just repeated thoughts, and we have to learn to just change that. Change the thought pattern,
yeah,
change how we say things. And once you do that, then I mean, you really just kind of reprogram yourself. Man, that's what it's about.
it
So
is like reprogramming. Because if you think about it, and one of the things I said, we can't do anything about our past, but learn from it. We
mhm,
can't do anything about the future, but have an expectation and work towards it. All we can
right.
do is this moment in time. So why not put all our energy into that? You
That's
know,
right.
Otherwise we're kind of like, you know, I mean, we
Yeah,
can't always be like that, but I think it's a good way to think.
it
You know,
really is. Yes. So, what are your future plans with helping women with their confidence and just building that?
it's really to promote more of what I've just established. The launch date is the 10th of September, sorry, October, and October is a really good month for me because when I originally started my business, I started in 2012 in October. October in the UK is Black History Month, so it's a lot of focus around issues that support us as people and the disadvantages that we've gone through, and highlighting the successes and our history, and the contributions we've made to the world. So I like to, even just being here today talking in October month, is really it's like it's part of what I'm meant to do this month, is to promote more of who we are. And a lot of my training programs, not all of them, but some of them I do specifically for Afro-Caribbean Black women to edify and work together, because sometimes our pain and our issues have been different to other circumstances that other people may have gone through. And sometimes working together really solidifies and really creates a connection that helps people to move on quite quickly. But all my courses are for everybody generally. But I think this one particularly, I like to give a shout out to the contributions we've made to the world and the impact that we're still making and continue to make. We need to shout out about that.
Yes. And I love that you promote, working together and healing together, because that is sometimes a problem for us, and I think especially us as African American, African, Caribbean, women, just women in general, we sometimes don't play well together. So being able to promote that camaraderie and that, sisterhood is so important. It is so important. So I just really love that that you do that in your program, and really just want to tell people, hey, you know what, anyone out there that's listening, please, look into her programs, because this is, I mean, this is a lot. This is great work. So yeah, I'm just,
Thank you.
So what inspired you to join Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, the family, the PFF family?
My inspiration for joining was you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
The first time I came across you, I think I listened to, I don't know if it's on Instagram or one of the platforms, and it was a little video you were doing, and you were just so real. You were talking about an experience that you had that week and, what you had to do. And it was just like a sharing with like sisters. You were just sharing it to women out there. And I just connected with it because of that authenticity, that realism, that just showing it as it is. I've seen you with makeup on, I've seen you without makeup on, I've seen you in your trackers, I've seen you dressed up, high five, and you just, so that was the first thing. And then we had a conversation, and that really created another level of expectation, because I just find that what you do is very professional, it's very thought through, it's just what's the word? It's comforting. You say what you're going to do and you do it. I love the magazine, and I just love everything about it. It's so professionally done, and it says so much, and there's so much I want to read it. It can hardly cover everything. So
I got to say shout out to my contributing writers in there. Shout out to them all, because they are all wonderful. The information that they share every month is just amazing.
Amazing.
I cannot do it without them. I can't do it without people like you, coming and sharing your books and writing the books, because when you write the books, I can promote the books, and I love doing that, because I have not always been a writer. I went in kicking and screaming, really. Exactly. I mean, I did not want to write when I wrote my first chapter in a book. It was a book of my business coach saying, hey, we're going to do this. No. But I did, and I'm so glad that I said yes to it, because it has helped me to just grow and become the person that I am. But thank you so much for just your kind words.
Your gift.
Thank you.
And the third thing was your journey, when you shared some of it with me, and where you were and where you're at, and the improvements and the self-discipline and the realization of you want to do something different and new for yourself, that self-belief, all of that, it just resonated. So yeah, here I am.
Thank you.
Don't know where I'm going.
Welcome. We're glad to have you here. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. You just made my Tuesday. And see, and tonight we have our Girl Powerhouse Network mastermind that we do every Tuesday. So that normally makes my Tuesday. But ladies, I'm sorry. Today, Mumba has made my Tuesday. I still love y'all, but she has really made my Tuesday an amazing, amazing day. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you. And at some
So do you
point,
have any? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
At some point, I do need to get connected with Girl Power and that,
Yes.
and I will. Timing.
Yes,
All about
definitely. So do you have any words of encouragement, anything you want to share with our listeners before we close up today? We're almost at our 30-minute mark.
What do I want to share? Let me briefly share something on my confidence theory then. How long do we have?
About 5 minutes or so. We can still go over. Hey, if we go over, we go over. We're not worried about that.
One thing I would like to say is one of my core values is that I call it the 3 A's, and it's all about achieving ambitious aspirations, because when we achieve something, it's like a cycle. It edifies us and it makes us want to move forward. It motivates us. And then when we have ambition and we want to do something beyond what we know, that's something that is something beyond, and we work towards it. And aspirations, we can aspire to be and do. I'm building on that. I'm growing in my confidence in that. I wasn't always being able to talk, and it's like a muscle, like we build on it. Even this picture on my book, I never even wanted my picture on the book. This is my second book. The first one, I've got other women.
It's such a beautiful cover. I love your cover.
My son, he's a photographer, and we had so many pictures, and we both said, this. It's just, But I'm coming out of my comfort zone because I've been like behind doing things in the background, and now I know I need to be more out there to share what I have and what I've been given. So I'll just briefly share with you an overview of not the 7 principles. That takes a lot of time, but if you do want to know what they are, you can always get the book. And the confidence theory. So I have a theory around confidence. So I'm just going to spell it and just briefly say what each is. The C in confidence is a can-do approach to life. And it's very much about where your mind goes, your energy flows. So that can do, I can do it. I just need to try. The O is for openness to new possibilities and opportunities. The more open we are, the more likely some of those opportunities are going to come our way. If we're closed off, can't do it, never coulda, shoulda, it's going to be less likely to happen. The N is for now is the time. Now is the time. Always see now as that time. It doesn't have to be, can't do it now, putting it off, feeling stuck, frustrated. Just take that step. So it's not yesterday, it's not tomorrow, it's now. The F is find your true self, who you are, what makes you you, what's in your personality, your character, what do people say about you, what makes you special? Find your true self, your authenticity, and that's when you start to shine. The I is to include others. Always bring people on board. You can't do it on your own.
Right.
It's always like you and your team. I'm developing a little team around me as well. And it's great because you get that additional support. You can dream bigger and you can set wider goals. So the D is for, as my business name is Dynamic Heights, so I had to put that in there, Dynamic You. So we all have dynamism. We all have an indomitable strength. And it's finding that and being aware that our heights in life can be achieved more and more. So be dynamic, be awesome. The E is every day is a new day. That's a new beginning, a new opportunity. The biggest thing is be grateful for that day and, just be joyous because that day is given to you. Do the best you can with it. N is for never give up.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep moving. Even if you have to crawl. Take a little step. The C is to connect. And it's to, understand that what it took you to get where you are. And it's also about connecting with other people, having connections, networking. Even me chatting to you, not even in this country. That's the
Right.
connection. You know, who knows where things might be. And the last E in confidence is expect good news.
Mm.
Okay. Always be positive, faithful about what can happen, because you never know when your dreams will come true. So expect it.
That's right. Oh, I
That's
love that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
thank you.
Confidence,
That's my
everybody.
confidence
That's what it
theory.
means.
Yeah.
Confidence theory. Love it. Well, we are at 31 minutes here, so we are going to go ahead and wrap it up today, everybody. Again, Mumba, thank you so
Thank
much for coming
you.
and joining us. I would love to have you back on the show and hear more of what you've got going on out there, because I know there is so much more to come from you in the future. So we will definitely have you back on the show. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today on this Authors Network Spotlight with Mumba Kafula, author of Master Your Inner Confidence. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.